Today is what? Saturday night. We are April 26th. We just completed week, I think this might be week 12 of the NFL season. Of our season, we had a big turnout today. Big turnout. I'm going to go through the scores. I'm going to start with the Nepal League first. We had the Carolina Panthers coached by Ed Roach, 24-0 over the Jets coached by Darren Ross, who was coming to Philly for the first time.
So that was a national scene, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, he's just learning the Philly rules. Another game was Seattle, coached by, everyone knows him from Tutorcon, the Washington Post with Andrew, the yelling, the enthusiasm, all that. Chris Stringer was here with Seattle. He defeated the Denver Broncos coached by Jack Thomas 30-14.
Wow.
Yeah. Then the second wave of games in the Nepal, Denver 17 over Darren Ross, the Jets 3. So Darren came to Philly with 0-2. But like I say, Darren's a veteran at EF, real good guy, real laid back guy.
Jack beat him too?
Jack beat him, but you know, I mean, I'm gonna just say Darren just was, you know, just having a good time.
He was coming off a surgery too. He was
really
injured on the job. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a good win for Jack. Jack completes his schedule at 5-3. He's done. So he's done. He's up there looking to secure his playoff spot.
We talked a little bit about Jack last week. Congratulations, Jack.
But yeah, this is great. This whole league has been great. Jack had dropped out and was, you know, good with his team and everything.
That's a roadkill.
He's having fun. That's what it's all about. Electric football, more than anything, is about fellowship and having fun. I mean, at least here, that's what I try to put first. The last game in the Nepal was Seattle. Chris from Maryland was his second game. He defeated Ed Roach, who had not only was like 3-0 in games played, but Ed had not been scored on. So big kudos to Chris Stringer, 13-3 over Ed Roach, who was a good sport and was like, you know, he said to a man, this was my best game. You know, even though he lost, he had fun. It was fun engaging with Chris. So it was 4 Nepal games. We had a big slew of games in the NFL, 32-team league. I'm going to run through those scores. Those scores started at the Mayfair Center, and we finished up here at the beautiful Daily Club. Both venues in the Great Northeast. I'm National. This is Smokestack. Welcome to the Stack with Nat Show. Ed Scott, Corey Johnson. I'm going to just run through these scores real quick. The NFL scores.
Talk a little this morning. You said we started early this morning over at Brazil. So at 9:30, 9 o'clock, on one side of Philadelphia, we played, well, how many games, NFL games? 14 games between the two venues.
Right.
And then 4 separate Nepal games sprinkled in between those two places.
It was nuts. 18 games. It was nuts.
Wow.
Folks, I'm going to get you through these scores. We had Ernest Rice, Pittsburgh, 14. Harold Kane, Kansas City, 7. Dallas, Al Harvey, 31. Cliff Gibbs, Washington, 7. The Colts, undefeated, unchallenged. Ben Creasy Daniels, 28. William Young Money Chalmers, 0. Keith versus Andrew. The game heard around the world. Everyone knows about these two. Favorites from Tulicon. Andrew's featured in the video that Damon made. Classic. You know, the Jesters. But this game had a sour ending where Andrew just, you know, threw in the towel, scored 8-7. Keith gets the win. Andrew, you know, stopped playing. He had a game scheduled with Darrell, second game. He said, give Darrell that game. He wasn't playing. Hopefully Andrew will be back. I mean, Andrew's
So the Chicago game was in the third quarter when Andrew walked off. Is that correct?
I think so. I wasn't here. You know, I was out. I got the
So you
call.
went with the score. The score at that time was 8-7. So the game
Yeah, the game ended at that point, 8-7.
Okay.
Andrew start
And then he
playing.
forfeited against Chicago.
He forfeited against Detroit, so Detroit gets a 2-0 win. It'll be entered into our website. Detroit, coached by Darrell Gabbard from Maryland, 35. Minnesota Vikings, coached by Ed Scott, 24. Then we had Coach Lomax, also from Maryland, played young Ephraim Daniels, real good player, 16-year-old kid. He won that game. The Saints 28, the Titans 7. Then we had the Lomax with his Titans play Nafis. He beat him 21-7.
Nafis is Houston, Texas.
Right, Houston, Texas. Then we had the Niners coach Corey Johnson, 14 against Baltimore. 0. Steve Emerson. Other game we had was Arizona 16, coached by Hugh Moore.
You guys playing tomorrow again? Tomorrow?
Yeah, we had tomorrow.
Are you going to have your key or are you going to come in?
Yeah, I'll have a key.
Are you guys
Yeah, we video. We doing a little show we do. So all right. That's Johnny, the owner of the great place back there. It's kind of closing up. Johnny, we're going to need that fan back on.
What's that?
The fan you cut off. It gets hot. It gets hot under all these lights. So, yeah, when you get a chance, you cut that fan back on. We appreciate it.
You want it on?
Yeah.
You want it on?
Yeah. Okay. That's Johnny, the owner of this great place, who allows us to come in every week and play our game.
Yeah, come on, me.
All right, back to the scores, folks. Arizona beat Baltimore. Then we had Hugh Moore with his Arizona Cardinals take a loss to David L. and the Rams, 14-7. Darrell played again. His Lions over James Nicholson and the Panthers, 28-0. Chicago, Keith Chalmers got a second one, 20-0 over the Vikings, coached by Ed Roach. And Ed Scott. Gee, I'm with Ed Scott on that road. All right, last game of the night was William Chalmers, the Jacksonville Jacks, 28 against Young Nafis, another 16-year-old in our league. His Houston Texans, 21. That was like Ed said, 14 NFL games. Today is Saturday. We will be back here tomorrow and Sunday when we have another one of the games. As coaches are really getting in there to finish up their season. Ed, stat, what's your take on it? You know, I gave you the scores. Right in front of you folks is our standing report, and as you can see, it's updated. It's all the teams are in the order.
It really hasn't changed.
Not since our show with James Nicholson, not much has changed.
Well, before I go in and give some commentary, thank you to Johnny. I just have to echo what Corey said. He's been a great influence, a great help to our league. We're blessed that we have 2 locations. Corey talked about Brazil. I just want to digress for 1 second and just want to express the board membership in the NFL, our league, our condolences to the people in South Korea that lost their children on that ferry, and also people out in Malaysia that they can't find that airliner for almost 45 days. So, as Corey said, it was a great, glorious Saturday afternoon, 18 games played. Everyone has their own life and different things going on. When we found our way here today, it was a great day of fellowshipping. We haven't seen some Maryland guys up in a while. Thank God they made it up here safely. That's about a 2.5, 3-hour commute, just so you know, one way. And it was just really great to reconnect with them. And as you heard, there were 18 total games, and quite possibly tomorrow will be another 4 to 6, maybe 8 games. So, we're starting to turn that corner. And as Corey said, the people that we expected to really step up and take control of their division. A good example is Ben Creasy Daniels. I mean,
it's a lot. He's the number 1 seed. He's undefeated. The guy is on a roll. I don't know if he can be beat. I mean, some teams are looking at Adrian maybe can beat him, bring Adrian Baxter, or maybe William can find something different that he can do, and maybe take him down the playoff.
So on that south, we still have William in there.
Yeah, but don't forget Lomax. Lomax, I mean, he was 1-1. Lomax is a veteran of the game. You know what I mean? You can't just toss him out.
Ethan's in that division too, isn't he?
No, Ethan's in the NFC. That's AFC.
Oh, okay.
But Stack, I want to know the guys in your division. Andrew, man, that was.
I don't know. I wasn't watching that game. I got in a little late. I was out late last night. My daughter's getting married, so we had a proposal for her. But you know what? I could tell the game was very intense, low-scoring game. You know, Keith and Andrew, they go back a long ways.
Very good game.
Well, I think Andrew really wanted to get out on loans today. He was looking for a reason to, he didn't really feel like arguing with Keith and going through a whole lot.
But that's the way they think. He nitpicks and Keith nitpicks. I mean, Keith came to me at one time was like, I'm gonna punch him in his face. Like, I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, stop it. But that's the way they go. And I think Keith got the better of him today, and Andrew just walked away. So hopefully, if Andrew's watching, hopefully it was a bad day, and, you can come back. I mean, some days it's like that. This game is fun. It's fun, but it's serious. I don't know how it can be, it's both. It's both. It's serious and it's fun. So sometimes at a point you get to a game where you're like, before I lose myself or whatever, you got the game.
So he was so frustrated, he quit that game in the third quarter.
And then gave up the next game.
As a forfeit. Without even playing.
So that's the guy that's in the division. I don't know. I mean, even if he still finishes, that gives him 4 losses. He's still in the bench.
Oh yeah.
He's still in the
when it's all done.
Right.
We both, kind of conjecture about a week or two ago. We thought he'd win a division, but I'll tell you what, I got to give my hands off to Terrell. He beat me fairly soundly today.
Oh, we ain't gonna let you fall on the sword gracefully right now, man. You sent out some very vile emails to Terrell. What you would do, what time it was, you would open too, buddy. This is Smokestack. I'm National. This is the Stack with Nat Show. Tell me what happened.
Put me on the spot.
Yes. The
I have no excuse. I played poorly. My team played poorly. I was out late last night. My daughter's getting married. We were at a proposal party until about 3 in the morning. I didn't get my practice in. But you know what? Like Corey said, it's all about fun. Even when I'm losing, I still have fun. And you know what's great? Now we got somebody in the league that's got to figure them out for me.
Who was that?
Roughhouse. He really enjoys. Let's talk about verbalizing his excitement. You've seen him on those Adrian videos.
Right.
Running around Adrian down
electric coach videos.
Oh, yeah.
He gets from
Tutorcon. Very excited. And lately, myself, I haven't had anything to be excited about.
It's a tough season for you.
I looked in the abyss.
We talked about that a bit.
I saw my face in the abyss. And not only did I see my face, he was talking to me, and it was like, Stack, you know what? This might be it.
You look down. You look down. And it's dark. It's dark. You look down and you look.
I am 7 this year. And I still have to play Andrew, and you don't know how that could go. I mean, I just did not step up. I had a chance. I had an outside chance. I really
20-0 and 35.
The one with the row was, I was playing very well, and my running back broke through the line. It was a short touchdown. His cornerback peeled off, knocked me over.
I saw one of them.
Oh yeah, that was unbelievable. And he ran it back. Okay, and I missed some passes. I just played poorly, and against Keith, typical stuff. Every mistake, Keith will capitalize on every mistake. Nothing fancy.
No.
If you were asking me what team had a better chance, they're all a better team. It's like that Dennis, what was that coach from Arizona?
Dennis Harris?
No.
The old Vikings coach?
Yeah, it was me.
Denny Green.
Denny Green.
Denny Green.
Let me just digress a minute. When he asked about my game with Terrell,
We
are who they thought they were. Okay?
The meltdown.
I knew Terrell had outstanding talent, great running backs, strong team. So there were no surprises there. But what surprised me was how woeful I played. Just terrible. I missed passes, wide open. So you know what? Basketball, you go downfield, I miss a shot.
McNabb, Donovan McNabb. So it was one of the.
It's on me.
It's on you.
I do the Donovan McNabb.
Right.
Enough about me.
Right.
There's more to talk about.
It is.
It's all about. You'll see Stack again.
I just gonna let you fall on the sword.
No.
I had to call you out.
Okay.
Because you talk some wild stuff. And you know, so
Hey.
that's all.
Every dog has his
It's that. We had our NFL rookie Moore get back on the board this weekend. He went 1-1. You know what I mean? When we went through his season, hey, you gave him 5
You gave
wins.
him 5 wins.
I said he might have 2. He's at 2 right now with some sophomore games, a couple sophomore games.
Well, let's talk about how he did today. First game he played EFF, right? Sorts.
He beat Steve Emerson, electric football veteran, but
He handled it, was it?
I don't know.
Algo fuimos de hablar explicarlo cuando dijo
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
16-7. There's a
Right.
safety in there too, I think.
I think so. I mean, I don't know if he went for 2 and got 2 2-point
No, it was
conversions.
14, and then he got a safety.
Okay.
16-7.
Well, he really,
And he was in his white today for the first time this year.
What?
So it was in his white.
He had a white team.
Yes, he did.
That's amazing.
Some of them aren't fully detailed, so through the magic of red magic marker and stick on numbers, you go with a white on
I'm
white
proud
figure.
I'm proud. He purchased both teams, but I thought maybe the dog ate the white team. I don't
But
know.
we hadn't seen him.
We hadn't seen it.
How about the second game?
David L. That was a game you said he would win. I told you he wouldn't beat David L. David L. is borderline mediocre, but he steps up here and there, and he took down
He did.
He did. That was a good game. I want to jump over to the Dallas Al Harvey Washington game. Al Cliff usually plays outside, but it's not that way today. Not that way. He jumped from the more words of my buddy Dale from Maryland. Washington, Dallas jumped all up in his ass today.
Wow.
Got up in him. Bad. Another game that jumps out at me as I'm looking down the score sheet is Creasy beating William Chalmers 28-0.
That was a
Creasy is on a mission.
That was a safety.
If you see him being beat this year, I don't know. How's that Mad Elf, by the way? Cheers to you, buddy. Mad Elf. This is a drink you are any of our rookie introduced us to. Folks, pretty good stuff. 11% alcohol, so don't be calling me later. I'll be asleep, okay? Look at it, I'm dropping my pen. Good stuff there.
Instead of this, it's this.
It's the Elf. Elf is good. But back to Creasy, and if you had to go right now and give me a Super Bowl matchup,
Wow.
give me a Super Bowl matchup, AFC, NFC, just give it to me right now.
Well, on paper, you would be hard pressed not to select Ben Creasy in this close. He's undefeated, face it, folks. That NFL's a tough league. And over in the NFC, it could be anybody. We talked about, they're all playing well. You've got Corey, you've got Jamie over in the NFC West. Keith is playing well. Andrew.
I'm gonna say Creasy and Adrian Bax in the AFC Championship, and then I'm gonna say in the NFC, I'm gonna go with maybe Al and Keith or Andrew. I really think if Andrew keeps his hand in the game, he beats Keith. I mean, there's too much offense.
They have another game to play?
No, I mean in the playoffs.
So it's a foregone conclusion, even with the forfeits that Andrew gave today.
He's still in the playoffs. He's still, if he comes back, honestly, folks, I don't know if he's going to come back. The man,
Wow.
you can't figure that man out.
You talked to him?
No. I talked to him on the phone. He had a problem with his call. We had posted it on our Facebook account, Philly NFL Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. We are social media. So,
well, along those same lines, I wish whatever his father named Drew, I hope he comes back from because let's face it, he's had a tough couple weeks. There's been another video floating around on YouTube that
it
was not favorable to his personality. But we wish him well, and we'll see what happens.
Hopefully he comes back. Because, like I said, behind the scenes, the guy does a lot of work to keep the league going. But when the game comes, he likes to nitpick, which usually gets the best of Keith. But today, Keith was able to turn it and flip it back on Andrew, and Andrew just mellowed down. We keep talking about the Maryland guy, the rubber bar brought down, is it down or up? Where they come?
Up.
They come up. Yeah, they come up. So Darrell brought up Keith, his son William, Darren Ross, and Chris Green. They all came in Darrell's ride, which was great, Darrell. Really want to thank you for doing that, you know what I mean? And those guys enjoyed it. Chris came to me and was like, man, love you guys. So, I mean, I love it. I just love it, you know what I mean? Like I said, we had 18 total games today. Tomorrow, Joe Greco. With his Giants rolling in town, he's got the Cowboys, he's got the 49ers, and a couple other games. So,
put up a shut-up time.
You know what I mean? All those logos were all scrambled. It's all coming. That board in a couple of weeks will be finalized. And 15 weeks of electric football will come down to 6 teams in the NFC, 6 teams in the AFC making the playoffs and getting down to business. If you don't know, come to our Super Bowl. We'll be at the Mayfair Rec, 2990 St. Vincent Street, June 21st, NFL Super Bowl. That will be dressed to the T's, microphone, wall-to-wall food, raffles, 50-50s, we do it up. I mean, it's a lot of fun. So if you can make it, come on down, folks. Come on down.
We'd love to have you there. It's a nominal charge for the buffet, but
Well, it's really, what, folks? We don't say, oh, it's a charge, you pay.
Whatever you
But
have.
donations are accepted. I mean, the food isn't free, you know what I mean? But we don't charge nobody. Come on down, enjoy the fellowship. We have a little program that we do sell for $2. Like I said, everything goes back to the league to help pay for trophies, food, venues, and
so it's a
whatsoever.
nice close to the season after.
It is.
We go heavy.
We go heavy.
February to the end of June, almost the end of
Serious.
June. We take holidays off.
Right?
We weren't here on Easter. We weren't here on Mother's Day.
Right.
Valentine's Day, we slow down. So it's not, we're not kind of people that this is all we have.
Right. Everybody has a life. Right. True that. Right. Work and everything else.
So this was a big week. We knew as we get closer to the end, each game is going to be more and more important. So these blow-ups, these emotional, diversions. Hopefully, a lot of these guys will start to get speedily resolved.
Right.
And put that behind them. But right now, we're still in the regular season. So.
We are, and I mean it's heating up. Like you say, once we get to that deadline, I think it's May 17th, 18th, whatever that Sunday is. It's going to get hot and heavy. We talked to Kelvin Lomax, who a lot of coaches told me, oh, he ain't going to make it, he ain't going to finish. Lowe said, I always play my game. So Lowe, you know what I mean? Lowe is playing. Lowe said he'll be back. Darrell told me he'll be back. Christian Darian come back and play another game. It's going to heat up, folks. I mean, like I said, I don't know where you're watching from. I know we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. If you can come out to the Northeast and see what we do, I mean, it's fun. That's all. That's the word. You had to sum up our league. The word I would use is either fellowship or fun. But come check it out.
And you'll get exposed.
If you step to the board,
nobody gets a pass.
Nobody. Right. You get on the board, you'll get exposed.
That's it.
Yeah. And if you don't want to get exposed, Lomax will sell you something.
He's become the next Warren Jefferson. He came today. He surprised me. He had a sport coat on, smiling, hair comb. You know,
he changed his job. He changed his job. I don't even see him arguing the calls.
Jamie today was kind of a no-show. Jamie was at the Philadelphia has a great tradition called the Franklin Relays. And they've been going on forever. And apparently Jamie's wife is somehow involved, you know, with track and maybe her sorority. So it was one of those wifey things.
Right. He wanted to be here.
He wanted to be here back. And when
as soon as it was over, I looked around. He didn't come up here.
He was sending text like,
I'll see it.
Update, guys.
Listen, here's the thing. If you're not here, you gotta wait for the stack and Nat Show to get the updates.
We're not gonna give you like as they're happening. What's going on?
No, we're not here. We're here. You just gotta wait for the show. James texted and emailed. Then he popped up. I couldn't believe it.
He did.
He does.
He does.
Jeez, I don't know. I was in the relay all day. I think that's gonna be a wrap. Done. When he came, he'll probably come tomorrow. The only game he got against the 49ers. And the 49ers said they are not playing them until the last game. Waiting for the building. Let them wait. Let them wait. You know? Screw that. But, Ed, any last thoughts? You know?
No, I'm good. I appreciate you having me on the show.
What? It's your show. It's the Stack with Nat Show. I'm Corey National Johnson. That is Edward Smokestack Scott. Booyah. Folks, that sums up another edition of the Stack with Nat Show. Thanks for joining in. And also, if you have anything you want us to discuss or talk about, email us. PhillyEFL@yahoo.com. Give us your topic. We'll talk about it.
Absolutely. If you think we're being too hard on someone or too soft, just let us know.
We won't listen. This is Smokestack Scott Edward. I'm Corey National Johnson, and we are out.
I want to ask a question.
Folks, we got NFL rookie behind the scenes right here. He knew it.
I want to ask a question.
He wants to ask a question.
In your prediction for the Super Bowl, we all agree Creasy's just playing lights out.
Right?
And it's going to be him and Adrian in the AFC. We get that.
Championship
game. We get it. It's like Creasy's going back to repeat. But I'm interested and I'm curious why when you did your selections for the NFC, why you didn't include the 49ers to represent the NFC and the NFC West in the Super Bowl. We got to ask the question. We got to ask the question.
That's a great question. Let me, without cutting you off, Corey. I know Corey 15 years or more. He's a humble person. Even if he thinks he's going to win the NFC West, by proclaiming that here on this show is a national deal.
Right.
That would be disrespectful to James.
Well, I did say I was going to NFC.
Also, he doesn't want to put out any bold predictions. He'd rather let his game speak for itself. There's still a few games to play. There's playoffs. Anything can happen these next few weeks. But that was a very astute point that you made. I noticed that he wasn't in discussion.
He didn't do that.
Well, no, because everyone knows. I mean, if you don't know, my playoff record is horrible. I'm the all-time wins leader in this league. I have won 16-0. I won 15-1. I won 14-2. number 1, number 2 seed. But when it gets down to the playoffs,
Can't close.
you can't close. For any reason, a lot of guys, when you get to the playoffs, now you're going against the best of the best. I don't really have the time to practice. I do not have a board set up. I'm not making excuses. My joy out of all this is making sure the other 31 coaches, and now we got 10 or 12 in the network, enjoy their thing. So as we get in the playoffs, when guys got their boards and practicing in, I can give my team box to you, or the smokestack to keep from week to week because I don't get a chance to touch it. I come, I play. It's good enough during the regular season to get some wins. You know, I lost to Al this year, I lost to Jamie. But when you get to the playoffs, you're playing against the best of the best. The elite. And they are practicing.
Oh, yeah.
Smokestack interviewed those guys, 2 Super Bowl coaches, and they said, what was number 1 on the list? Practice. Both coaches, Andrew and Chris, practice. I do not practice. So it's my fault. I would not disrespect the sport or the hobby and put myself in that echelon because I don't practice. I don't deserve to be there. My joy is ordering the trophy. You know, when the playoffs start, I got to order the trophy. I got to get the food selection together. I got to find out who's coming. I got to get a head count. I'm not making excuses. I don't deserve to be in here. I'll play. I want to be competitive. But when I look at the NFC, I think it's going to be Al and Keith. And if Andrew stays, it might be Andrew. You know, that dark horse might be Jamie. I don't know. I'll probably lose. You ask the question, why do you put my... Because I'll lose. My player record in the last 19 years, 1-9. Only win was Darrell about 3 years ago. I beat Darrell in a playoff game. So, that's it.
Great answer. If you really wanted to know,
that's it.
we gave you the answer.
I did.
You got any questions for me?
You know, and I said this to you guys before, it's not a question, but I just want to say thank you for keeping this thing alive.
Oh, yeah.
This is my first year after, 31 years. So, thank you guys.
That's our rookie NFL coach, Hugh Moore behind the camera, thanking us, but labor, love. We don't get paid to do it, we like to do it. That's when you really do it. When you like to do something, if I can get paid to do this, and not straight fireproof ad, or you not make, this
It'd be great.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
But
we have to apologize. We had a couple of interruptions. You wasn't obviously an interruption, but when Johnny came up and then the waiter came up, we probably ideally should do this in the daytime with a different backdrop. Here we're almost 10 o'clock at night after all the games have been played, but we got to thinking, we said, look, we have to put another segment out there because 18 games is too much to try to combine tomorrow's or maybe even next week. So we decided might be a little bit, disappointed. We apologize for that. But we wanted to give you that another flavor. And if you have any questions, throw them out there on Facebook,
Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Like I said, or email us. Like I said, we'll be back. We'll do another show tomorrow to wrap up Sunday's game. Might be a lighter load, but the same enthusiasm from the stack and that. Glad to do this, folks. It's your hobby, it's your sport. We are signing off. Hugh, you hit that button. We are out of here. Audi 2000.
Touching shit.